The ocean is such a major part of everything that you do as an Ironman or an Ironwoman. And for many athletes, there is nothing better.
The ocean's your fix. It's your cleansing every afternoon from, you know, someone annoying you to working hard to being hot and bothered. Like, what do? We dive in the ocean and immediately we're refreshed and cleansed and relaxed and we feel human again, so to speak, if that's what feeling human's all about.
When I'm not in the ocean, you just feel, you just don't feel yourself.
The ocean for me is, it's my lifeblood.
As soon as I get down the beach, it feels like I was born there, I'm meant to be there.
Whenever I'm in a bad mood and I'm cranky and that, I get my board and I just go out and catch a wave and go for a surf, and by the time I come in half an hour later or an hour later, I'll be in a good mood, and that's what nature does for me.
I can be 5 kilometres out or 4 kilometres out of Palm Beach and just be completely by myself, and I love that. I love not being anywhere near anyone.
Just that, I don't know, jumping in the water and just having that feeling of swimming under a wave.
I have to have it. It's something I could never live without.
I guess I do find it healing.
No matter what the stresses you have or the problems you have, you go out for a surf or go out for a paddle and they all just fade away.
I could be here all day talking about it, but it's a lot of things.
Well, what is there not to love about the sun, the sand and the surf? It's a fantastic lifestyle and great also to see these guys putting back into the community. This was recently Wes, Shannon, Kai and Zane all taking part in helping out with Schoolies Week on the Gold Coast, getting stuck in the barbecue, handing out some Nutri-Grain bars and generally getting involved on the beach. We go to some wonderful beaches, Leachy. Some fantastic athletes. The men's field is chockers with superstars.
Oh, look, I mean, Shannon Eckstein last year, how consistent was he? Only won one race, but his worst result was 6th position. And then you had the other guys that won last year. Zane Holmes won 2 races. He's a standout. Kai Hurst, the back end of the series, he came into his own, finished off with 2 seconds. He's up there. Matty Poole, 2nd in the series last year. He'll want to step up. Kane Eckstein.
5 Coolangatta goals now under his belt, Leachy.
Incredible. He's in form. He knows what he needs to do, so he's another one.
Some of the young guys in the field coming through. Who should we be keeping an eye out for of the young blokes just starting to push the older boys?
I mean, Ali Day last year showed that he can really do some things. I mean, look at Kngis Louis. He won the trial. I mean, the kid could be a superstar. I mean, last year, the year prior, Matt Poole won the trial, came into the series and finished 2nd overall, and then into the last race was right there with Shannon, trying to win the whole thing. So, I mean, Kngis Louis, can he make a difference like that as well? Who knows?
Leachy, you have lined up a summer of fun for us too. Don't worry about that. We start on December the 18th in Surfers Paradise of all places. Some brilliant venues you've got lined up.
Yeah, I mean, Surfers Paradise is so famous in around the world, and really a tricky beach. It gets that drag down the beach. There's no headland that you can see, so you get the wind coming into it. It throws up a tricky surf as well. That's going to be interesting. We go back to Portsea. That has massive swell there, as you know.
Never forget that last year. That was just an incredible scene on the beach. 6 to 8 foot, people getting smashed. It was wonderful.
Well, even built to the last leg of the men's race on the ski where there was 10-foot bombs coming through. I remember Trevor Hendy out in the surf was going crazy.
We move on to Newcastle Beach for the first time in recent memory, the Eliminator.
Yeah, that's right. And look, and it's a perfect venue for that format. The main beach there at Newcastle throws up a surf, gets a nice bank going out the back. It breaks quite far out, picks up the swell quite nicely. So let's hope for some swell there.
And then Scarborough Beach, the marathon. That is going to be some hard yards, Guy.
Look, and that hasn't been done before. We're taking on a coastline there, the Sunset Coast, 26 kilometres. Scarborough Beach down to North Cottesloe and back. They're racing in January. Very, very hot conditions. Dehydration will play a massive factor in that. Look for Kane Eckstein.
Coolum Beach then for the pursuit, and then we finish off at Noosa Heads where we finished the season again last year for the Eliminator. Wonderful place to finish.
Yeah, what a great format to finish with. That beach lends itself so nicely to the Eliminator format. Very, very exciting racing, and it's a really good way to finish the series.
And some distinctive new colours this year, Leachy, just to make it easier for those viewing at home.
That's right. Well, the top 10 will have individual colours. So Kane Eckstein will be in a different colour to Kai Hurst and Shannon Eckstein, so it'll be much easier to work out where they are, how they're going, particularly in the surf.
For you and me as well, which is a good thing. The points, a lot more emphasis on the podium and especially first position this year.
Last year, first place was worth 20 points. This year, 25. So second place goes down to 22. Third place 20. So we're trying to split it up and make it much more rewarding to get on that podium.
Leachy, fantastic to have you here. We'll see you again in a week's time for the first event at Surfers Paradise. Keep an eye for that one. Check your local guides. That will be a wonderful event. There is one man they will all be chasing. His name is Shannon Eckstein. He's won this series 5 times. He is the reigning champion. He's the tough man to beat.
Best Ironman in Australia, I think for sure is my brother Shannon. I think, you know, just looking at, you know, what he's done in the series, especially last year, he won 5 out of 6 races, which is just, to win 5 out of 6 races against 20 of the best Ironmen in the world is stupid. To come into it last year when we did the longer course races, I know he probably didn't go as well as he thought he was going to go, but he still won the series, still beat us all.
Shannon Eckstein's obviously showed his dominance last year, winning the series, and that opening round was pretty awesome effort to finish that far in front of everyone.
You look at his disciplines and his running. He's one of the quickest runners, one of the quickest ski paddlers, one of the quickest board paddlers, and definitely one of the quickest swimmers, and knows how to put it together. And I think that's what it takes at the end of the day to win Ironman races.
Shannon's remarkable. Just the way he executes situations and opportunities that come his way.
I'm lucky enough to swim with Shannon Eckstein and Kane every morning. And even this morning, you know, it was a really tough set, and Shannon's he makes it look so effortless. He's got a wonderful style, he does it so simply.
Well, of course, you can't go past the Professor, Shannon. He's been so consistent over the past 5 to 10 years, so he's probably your #1 threat.
Shannon's the guy that's always, you know, always there leading or with the leaders. So, you know, you think you're going all right up the front, but Shannon's, you know, 9 times out of 10, Shannon's going to be right there next to you. You just can't seem to shake him.
He's always going to be there. Even if he's off his game, he's still hard to beat.
When Shannon's on, when he's racing his absolute best in a short course Ironman, you know, no one can beat him.
The best thing about watching Shannon race, when you step back and do get to watch him race, when you're not racing him, is that opportunities present themselves and he can pounce on them because he's strong enough and fit enough. There's nothing more frustrating than when you race that you can't make a move because you're not fit enough to do it, and you know that you've still got another part of the race to go.
I think he's the one guy that changed the face of surf lifesaving when it came to Ironman racing, because he perfected the transition so well. And that was back when the Nutrigrain, every race was pretty much the same, so he eliminated any doubt that, you know, he wasn't the best in the sport, and after 5 series titles, I think he's proved that.
Shannon's a threat, and he's the man that we're all after.